Hi there, this is Loy from loymachedo.com and whoisloymachedo.com. Today is the 25th of May 2014. I am going to give you the review of Xmen, that is Days of Future Past. And the reason for this delay is because I got involved in a conference. I had to go to, I was a brand ambassador for an international brand. I had to give a presentation at the last minute, which I won. Aha. And yes, I did get a lot of books. You can see, sorry, this, all these books, I've just got them here. So, you know, a lot of stuff going on for me. Anyway, I had to do this video because many people have asked me, so I'm doing it. Anyway, I've titled my article on my website, that is, why Xmen Days of Future Past is one of the best Xmen franchise movies ever. Okay, why? Director Bryan Singer, the guy who directed The Unbelievable Unusual Suspects, he was the brainchild who created Xmen in the year 2000, and that brought about a kind of a tsunami of superheroes onto the big screen. And with that success, almost everybody wanted to make a Marvel comic book hero. Then you got Spider-Man, you got Batman, you got all these guys coming back again. So it wasn't surprising that you know, X-Men 2 came about, and X-Men 2, then you had X-Men 3 United. However, that ran into a series of problems because you can't keep expecting to repeat the same level of success. And you had Brett Ratner. I don't know why they chose him. I don't like him so very much, even though he's a good director of Rush Hour. He even directed, I think, one of the Hannibal movies. So he directed this movie, and I was not very happy about it. And if that was not bad enough, then you had Wolverine that came out as a separate sequel because of his popularity. But that bombed. Let me have my coffee. If you have coffee that burns your lips and no sugar, okay, fine. So I was telling you, so after Wolverine, they tried to revive these franchises by creating, you know, new spin-offs. It was not working out. Then finally came the answer, a prequel, because it didn't make sense of having these individual heroes. People like to see too many heroes, just like an MTV kind of phenomenon, you know, too many heroes fighting too many things. So you had the prequel, X-Men First Class, with a brand new A-list of actors, which was really good. And that kind of gave hope to a lot of comic book lovers that yes, we can still survive. And now you have X-Men Days of Future Past. Okay, so I'm not going to move into what is the story all about, because I'm sure you know what is the story all about. But I'm going to give you what makes this movie so incredibly amazing. The first most important point is, I mean, if you look at the number of characters, both taken from the X-Men and the X-Men First Class, I mean, it's phenomenal. It'll just boggle your mind as to how can a director deal with so many personalities, so many people, so many characters, and still do justice to his job. So Bryan Singer had his work cut out for him, and Bryan Singer, so he really did a good job. Where was that? Yeah. Okay. The second part was I like the way they balanced out the 70s and the future. The dress, the production team, the backdrops. I mean, everything was absolutely perfect. It really looked like the 70s, especially the guy who played Nixon. I was really impressed there, especially if you read history. Then the movie focused on the love triangle between three people. That was Xavier, Magneto, and Mystique, which was not actually ever brought out onto the real screen. And this time they really brought it out into the open, which I thought was phenomenal. Then you have Evan Peters, that is Quicksilver of the American Horror Story. He did a marvelous job. I mean, the guy runs like so fast, and he does all this, you know, moves the guy's hand, which is going slow motion, and then he takes his hand and, you know, puts it on his face. That was really funny. And Nicholas Hoult, who plays the Beast, he does an amazing job. I like that part. So that was point number 4. Point number 5, Raven Mystique, that is Jennifer Lawrence. She did an amazing job, and for the first time, I mean, it was nice to know that it was not just Wolverine or Hugh Jackman who can, you know, take on the main role. You need a special blend, new actors to come forward. And Raven Mystique, she did a really good job. I was not a very big fan of hers, but now I think I am. And you can imagine how much time it must have taken to put the makeup on, and she's naked throughout the movie. Then point number 6, despite Wolverine occupying the majority of the screen, which he always does, you had a great deal of satisfaction seeing the other mutants come. That was like Halle Berry, Storm, she came back. Then you had Iceman, Sean Ashmore, he was there, that was good. Colossus, Daniel Cudmore of Twilight, that felt good. Okay, although he dies in a pretty gruesome death. Then you had other new mutants like Bishop, Blink, and Sunspot. You had Bolivar Thrashak, Peter Dinklage, the Sentinel's investor. I thought that short guy, he really did a good job. I kind of liked him and I hated him at the same time. And he was perfectly suited for the role. Hats off to the director to think of someone new, short. I mean, you don't know whether to feel sorry for him or whether to love him. So that love-hate relationship is there. Then the Sentinels, man, they were scary. I mean, if you really think about it, if the Sentinels did come, to fight the X-Men, I don't think the X-Men could survive, and they are indestructible. So the question is, how can you destroy them? Although it was a little, I kind of felt that they copied it from the Thor and the T-1000, that is from the Terminator series. Kind of felt that that was copycat over there. And finally, don't leave the theater. Do not leave the theater till you see the whole movie, because there is something at the end which makes you want to, again, we're going to see something. So, Loy Machedo's Moment of Truth. This was an absolutely amazing movie. Haha. Even if you do not know what is the X-Men all about, please go and watch it. The editing, marvelous, brilliant. They must get an Oscar for the editing. The action sequence, it keeps you on the edge. The humor was simply funny. I thought it was really nice. And the movie is directed in such a manner that you sit on the edge of your seats, waiting, munching the popcorn. And if in case you're planning to go on a diet, don't go for a diet on this movie, because you're going to eat to your heart's content. I highly recommend this movie to anyone. And if you ask me, I might go and watch it again. Overall, I rate this movie 9.5 out of 10. This was by far the best movie I've seen, and I'm very happy I seen it. So Loy Machedo's movie review from loymachedo.com, and then I have to read all these books and give you a review of that also. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Got anything? Send me an email and let me know what you think. Bye.